Hey, this is a follow-up video on the Armor Tool Auto-Jig. We've got some changes and new products to talk about, so stick around. Hey, just as a reminder, this video is not sponsored by Armor Tool. On this channel, I share my honest thoughts and opinions about the products I talk about. Nor am I a spokesperson, nor am I an employee. I just really like this jig, and there's some more information I can share about it, so here we go. After publishing that first video, we've received a lot of feedback and some suggestions as to how the tool might get changed. A couple of you had concerns about the customer reviews you're reading on Amazon, so I wanted to take a moment to address those. I looked at those same reviews, and then I contacted Armor Tool to give them an opportunity to address the issue. Here's what I learned. First, looking at the views myself, I realized that on one listing in particular, there was 275 reviews. And of the first 10 reviews, there were 4 of them that were rated 1 star. Clearly, there was some issues going on here. But a lot of those reviews were dated from 2019 when the jig was still new. There was concerns about drill bits breaking and getting caught up in the drill guide. The Auto-Jig still has a 4.3 rating. 70% of the respondents gave it a 5-star review. Another 10% gives it a 4-star review. So as with any new tool or product that hits the market, sometimes there's a hiccup and things need to be adjusted. And Armor Tool was quick to respond. They identified the problem as this flipper right here where you can swap your hole around. They corrected the problem, then started contacting their customers and offering to replace it. They put advertisements on their website and also out on social media to try to get the word out. They took responsibility and was trying to correct it. So that's something I have a lot of respect for. We all make mistakes and we need to own up to them. If you happen to have one of these jigs that experience that type of problem, I'd reach out to customer service and see about getting a replacement part. Now, we received some other feedback this week as well. And one suggestion in particular came from a new viewer. Steve Flagg made a comment and suggested it would be a great idea if drill bits could be color-coded, so they're easier to spot. When you have multiple drill bits laid out in your drawer or on your jig or close by, it's easy to get them confused as to which one is, which. And so I think it was a great idea to color-code them to make it easier to know which bit you need to grab for your 1.5 inch stock versus your 3/4 inch stock. So I sent that idea on to Armor, and they responded and seemed to think that's a really good idea too, and they're taking a look at that as well. So thanks, Steve, for your suggestion. Now, something else did come up this week while using the jig, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. After clamping the jig to your workbench, I noticed that it still wants to pivot a little bit. Unlike the Kreg, where you get to clamp it right here in the middle, it stabilized the jig quite well. I think by placing a clamp point on the corner, it creates more of a pivot point, and the jig wants to slide around just a little bit. So I did what I do, and I reached out to Armor and suggested that possibly a non-slip pad or something on the bottom would solve this problem. Now, if you've ever used bench cookies from Rockler, these things are amazing because they have this non-slip surface on both sides, so you can put it on your workbench, put a piece of wood or your workpiece on top of it, and it stays pretty stable. It doesn't slide around much at all. And I think something similar to this, no, not a thick cookie, but this rubber material that's used on it, if that was put on the bottom of the jig, I think it would stabilize the jig quite well. Well, their response was, not bad. Let us take a look at that. I think that's doable. Clearly, this is a company that listens to their customers and wants to develop and build better products that we need and use. And I got a lot of respect for that. So a couple of viewers also asked, hey, are they going to come out with maybe a plug cutter or a micro jig insert or an HD insert? So I reached out and asked Armor again. Good news is there's a couple of new products coming out soon. I know we're going to be getting bulk screws, and some new clamps are in production, like the 90-degree that Kreg produced that has what I call the pocket hole clamp. That has this insert you can grab your pocket hole and hold your workpiece down. So this is a clamp that's vital to pocket hole joinery, and they recognize that, and they're going to be coming out with one soon. So bulk screws, new clamps, a plug cutter sometime in the future, and they're already discussing options for a micro and an HD solution. So hey, I hope you enjoyed this updated review on Armor Tool and the Auto-Jig. Hey, if you found value in this video and the information I provided about Armor Tool, please give me that thumbs up. Go ahead, I'm waiting. I need those thumbs ups. I I need those thumb ups. Thumb ups? Give them to me. If you're new here, be sure you subscribe. Everybody's welcome. We've got a lot of great new content coming out to you soon. And hey, while you're here, why don't you take a look at these videos? Somewhere up back here. I'm not sure where they're going to end up, but you get the idea.